I am filling in for Dave Russo from the greatest bar in Boston, folks. It's a Friday night. We're having a great time. We have a great show for you. We have Lamont Price, comedian. He's getting a lot of heat. Just did Boston Calling. He's ripping it up. He's a friend of mine. We also have Justin P. Drew, which is a young comedian. And he is also ripping it up in a younger way. We also have Mike Morrisseau. He's going to be doing Right Now Report, and that's later on. And right now, for Dave Russo, because he's not here, here's a clip of Dave Russo, and we're live from the Dirty Water TV. Come on back and see us.
All right, guys, backstage with Tuukka Rask, number 40, the goalie for the Boston Bruins. We got to do Rock and Jock together. Now, are you going to stay and watch the show?
Absolutely.
You're a big fan?
I might even go on the stage.
You might even go on the stage? Fair enough. Well, how you feeling? How you feeling with your defense right now? You loving it?
No.
No.
No. It's great. You know, guys have really stepped up.
Sure.
You know, it's been a tough start of the season, losing a couple of guys there, and got the young guys coming up from Providence, and they've done a terrific job. So
well, I tell you what, I was at the game Tuesday and Thursday, and you won both games. So there you go.
Hey,
we're huge fans. Right. We love hockey here in Boston. Tuukka Rask, not gonna get a better goal than this guy right here.
Lamont Price, folks, a very funny man. Also, the Bostonian. Come on back and see us at Dirty Water TV.
Dirty Water has launched the all-new DirtyWaterMedia.com. DirtyWaterMedia.com combines the power of Boston's #1 nightlife and entertainment show, Dirty Water TV, and its sister publication, Dirty Water News. Add in Boston's all-new go-to sports destination, Dirty Water Sports, and you have the ultimate source for what's happening in New England. DirtyWaterMedia.com offers a dynamic team of writers and bloggers, keeping you informed up to the very minute. Log on to DirtyWaterMedia.com today.
And welcome back to Dirty Water Late Night. My name is Pete Costello, filling for Dave Russo. And I have here one of the hottest comedians in Boston, in and around the country right now. This guy was just big press on him on Dig Boston. He just did Boston Calling. Please let me introduce Lamont Price. Lamont, how you doing,
hey,
man? My friend, man. How you doing, man?
Thank you for having me. Hello, everybody out there watching. Glad to be here.
Lamont, man,
yeah.
You have been busy as hell, right? I mean,
I'm trying to be, man.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to be. Listen, you're on TV, man. I'm trying to be like you when I grow up. So I'm trying to come out there. I'm trying to be out in the scene.
Yeah.
Trying to do splashy things, you know.
Yeah.
Just trying to get some girls to text me back, that's all.
Yeah, you got to text this guy.
I can't. Girls do not text me. But ladies, please do.
Yeah. Text this gentleman, man. He's
please
a gentleman. And all right, so how is Boston Calling? You were just telling me off air that, it's a musical thing, but they wanted to have some comedy in it, and they approached you. How'd that go?
Yeah, well, back in December, I had a meeting with Brian Appel and Mike Snow, the directors of the festival.
Yeah.
And they asked me, they were like, we were thinking about adding a comedy component,
right?
Sort of like Bonnaroo, South by Southwest, those festivals do.
Yeah.
And asked me if they were to go ahead with it, would I like to be involved in helping them create it? Of course. It was an honor to do so.
Yeah. I mean, something like that, sometimes, as a comic myself, it doesn't go that well because people only want to hear music, but I think it went well, as I was looking at it.
It's like, when you actually do it, I mean, first of all, as a comedian, the exposure for an event like that is amazing.
Yeah.
But to actually do it, you are competing at times with other bands.
Yeah.
Sometimes the bands are loud.
Yeah.
But I got to say, after like the first show, when we sort of got our legs under us, and we figured out the people, we can hear the bands, but the people that are sitting down and watching us, they hear us.
Okay, yeah.
And they were into the shows.
Yeah.
So every show, we had 4 shows over the weekend, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday, and the crowds kept building.
Yeah.
They kept coming up. And by the last show on Sunday, I mean, we had about 400 or 500 people
that's great.
watching the comedians.
And this is
it
City
was
Hall
really
Plaza.
amazing. City Hall Plaza.
Yeah, and they're doing that. And this is what year is this?
I believe this is year 7.
7 years.
For the
7
festival,
years.
I think so.
The festival, 7 years.
But this is the first year comedy's been involved.
Yeah.
Really proud to be a part of the beginning of that.
Yeah.
So, I hope people like what we did. And hopefully, moving forward, they'll want to do it again.
Yeah, who
That'd be a
else
great
did you
time.
have on there?
Kelly McFarland.
Kelly McFarland's a great comedian.
Ken Reed.
Ken Reed, yeah.
Orlando Baxter.
Oh, well, Orlando's
Sean Sullivan.
Sean Sullivan.
Yep. For the
fat white
funniest
guy,
comedians.
yeah.
Hey, fat black guy. So we needed a balance.
Yeah.
In the force. That's why we got the black shirts on.
Yep.
We got the black shirts on to
slim us down.
To secure the section.
Yeah, that's right.
Always bet on black.
Always bet on black.
Always.
Right. Him and Wesley Snipes. Pay your taxes, though.
Pay your. That's it.
So, besides that, what was the article about you on the Jig in Boston?
So, we did a comedy roundtable. Myself, Kelly McFarland, a bunch of other really funny comedians.
Yep.
And we just talked about the state of comedy as we saw it.
Right.
It's about an hour long, and they cut it up, and they're going to release videos of it soon.
Okay.
But it's also in the Dig. It's in last week's Dig, but the Dig, you can still find it. Look for the Dig with my big fat head on the front.
Yes,
and you'll see it.
There. Yes.
And ladies, make sure to text me after you see that issue of the Dig.
Yeah, years ago it was drunk dialing and drunk calling. Now is it drunk texting though? Can you
I wouldn't know. Nobody texts me, but I've heard things. I've heard things about that. I've heard from my friends that are who actually get girls.
Yeah.
I heard them say stuff like, "Bro, you won't even believe it."
Yes.
She texted me last night. I was tired, and I was like, "She returned your text messages?"
Yeah.
I didn't think that happened.
You'll get it. You're an attractive man. I mean,
everybody says I'm cute, but I don't think I am.
So all this right here going on. You're a regular in Boston. You're doing many things, so your career's going well.
I'm happy right now, man. I'm just trying to build, trying to stay funny.
Yeah.
I'm working. I'm working out new stuff all the time.
I'm
afraid to not do stand-up for more than a week because I just won't be funny anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm always out and about just trying to work on new stuff, work on my act, trying to get better. You never be in it long enough to not get better. You can always get better. If I ever feel that I'm good, then I'm done.
Well, I saw Saturday on the Boston College. Hot out there, huh?
Dude, look at me. I'm a big dude. We're talking about 300 pounds. 300. What am I trying to say?
No.
100 degrees.
Yeah.
95 degrees on asphalt.
Yes. Yeah. That's not conducive to
and
comedy.
It's like we're on a stage,
yeah.
but the sun will bounce off the ground and just smack you right in the face.
I saw you're on Twitter and I saw you're on I saw the whole thing and I was like, oh man.
I was soaked.
But I saw you. That's a tough little situation. But if you beat them down, you make them laugh, and people stop. And
as the shows went on,
right?
More and more people came out. More and more people had a great time.
Yeah.
Got a lot of good feedback from the festival. So we just hope that it was we did well enough to have them go forward with it.
So we're just talking about, what do you think the state of comedy is? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's sometimes it's oversaturated? What do you think,
Comedy's cyclical, man. Like right now, I think in a national sense, we're in the midst of a boom. The amount of sketch shows that are on television now and everything. But I also think we also live in a do-it-yourself.
Yeah.
With Twitter and Snapchat and YouTube and so there's all kinds of new avenues that weren't there even 10 years ago.
You couldn't do it.
In order for you to get your name out. Now, you don't even have to leave your house.
Yeah.
You can get your name out on YouTube.
If I'm not mistaken,
on Snapchat.
You tweeted a couple people, famous people, they tweeted back at
I tweet like crazy, man. If it's not famous people, it's porn stars that don't like me.
Yeah, all right.
I tweet a lot of porn stars.
Do they tweet you back?
Some of them, yeah.
See? It's better than a text.
I've met some really cool, but they're not there.
Yeah.
It ain't like I can just kind of grab through the phone.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not there. But I've met some cool ones. I've met, some not so cool. But it's like anything in life. Twitter's fascinating, man.
Yeah. You're definitely a tweeter guy, man.
I love it.
Yeah.
I live tweet television shows.
Yeah, nice.
At L Pizzle, by the way.
Yeah.
LPIZZLE, if you want to follow me. But don't follow me if you're easily offended.
Yes.
Because
he might offend you.
I say wild stuff. I talk about cartoons, video games, butt cheeks,
Butt
and
cheeks,
and
good.
titties.
And titties.
That's what I talk about.
And
usually.
who doesn't like titties?
Everybody likes titties.
You like titties?
My
Good.
perfect day, dude,
Good.
is like playing like Resident Evil 6,
Yes.
right? With the sun kind of cascading in. Lemonade in a frosty glass.
Oh.
And the occasional titty on my shoulder.
How about a little vodka?
That's all I need.
How about a
All
little
right,
Tito's?
if you want to get,
How about a little Tito's?
you want to
with
speed
that?
it up.
Yeah.
You want to speed it up, sure.
Well, I
Sure.
mean, as a comic myself, and I've worked with Lamont for many, many times, and back in the day, getting stage time was one of the toughest things you try to do, right?
It was
You know what I
difficult.
mean? It was
Early
difficult
on,
because
yeah.
some people like you, some people don't, and some clubs are not there and not there.
Remember you had to bark? Remember barking? You'd be out in front of a club,
Yeah.
and you'd have to like hand out flyers to get
Yeah,
people to
hang up.
come in.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then you get 5 minutes if you got a few people to come in.
Yeah, 5 minutes
Oh.
of your stuff that you really weren't ready for.
Nope.
You know what I mean? So, I mean
5 minutes when you had 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what the comedy is. It still is, in New York, but in different places, like in Boston, where we're going to be interviewing our next young comedian. Me and Lamont going to interview this young guy
okay.
right here, Justin P. Drew, and he's going to be doing residency at the Comedy Studio. And that's a big thing because it's going to be a whole month of time that he's going to get.
30 days.
30 days
sets.
of times. Yeah.
You know how valuable
Yeah.
that is in comedy, man?
It is. And
30 days worth of sets?
this could either, pole vault him to the next or crush him. He'll never do it again.
He'll either rise to the sky or realize this ain't for me.
Yeah. We're trying to get a real job. You know what I mean? So, well, Lamont, you ready for the interview after this?
Yeah, let's do the interview.
All right, actually, folks, we're going to be going to a commercial break. Come on back. Dirty Water Late Night with Lamont Price, Pete Costello. I'm filling in for Dave Russo. We're going to interview the young buck and see what happens.
.com today.
Welcome back to Dirty Water Late Nights. Pete Costello filling in for Dave Russo, along with Lamont Price right now.
Yo.
And we are going to get divulged into like some young comic now. I mean, Lamont's an old veteran, and I'm an old veteran comic.
Hergy-burgy.
It's like, yeah.
Old veteran.
Yeah, you feel like you're going to be thrown out to the pasture.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah, right, you.
I was on the
me.
cover of a magazine last week.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they're going to shoot me out back sooner or later, right? You know what I mean? But we have a young comic here, Justin P. Drew. How you
Justin.
welcome to the show.
How's it
Welcome
going,
to the show. Feel the burn. I like it.
Feel the burn,
You
man.
can tell you're young because you're wearing that shirt.
Yeah.
Yo, man, Justin's one of the young hustlers, dude.
I like
Young
it.
hustle.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I like Bernie. I mean, he's not going to be president, but
Oh, I do too, man.
this shirt looks decent on me. So.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it makes you look slimming.
It's
all
nice to
in
me,
black.
man.
In fact, so Justin, from what I understand, you're from Maine, and you started out
Originally from Maine, yes.
Maine, which is a great comedy scene. If you've ever been up to Portland and such areas
Yeah.
like that for comedy, so
It's interesting. A lot of the old guard type places kind of died out up in Portland. Like we had the Comedy Connection for a while.
yeah, because you had rats.
They had rats in the
Size of
basement.
dogs,
Just
so.
an overwhelming abundance of rats.
Yeah,
And they
that'll
closed down.
throw you off. Right?
They still have the gold
Rats
room.
was definitely a killer show.
That'll kill the show, right?
But yeah, then the gold room's still going, but the scene up in Portland is mostly alternative right now, which
Yeah.
is kind of interesting.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's something that might groom you for different places like New York or,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? As a comic, if you want to work, you got to, do different things. But so you
definitely.
came to Boston,
I came to Boston.
and why was that? Because you were sick of the exciting life up in Maine?
Well, honestly, I wasn't doing comedy exclusively in Maine very long. I was living with this girl who, this is just like personal life shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
She was, when I moved in with her, she was a recovering heroin addict.
Oh, yeah.
And then about 3 months later, she stopped recovering.
Yes.
And I was dating a girl who lived in Brighton at the time.
Okay.
And as like my
So you had two.
home,
Yeah.
I had this home situation that was just collapsing up in Maine, and she's like, well, why don't you just come and live with me in Brighton, and you can just do so many open mics and things.
Yeah.
So
So, the door was open.
it was, and
Well, that's
and
good.
that's my advice to all young comics,
Yes.
is find a woman to just siphon the life off of. and just and
Ride
that is
the
how you'll
wave,
get
is that
places.
it?
Yeah.
Well, don't talk about that. Lamont can't get
I don't know. All I know is that heroin is definitely a deal breaker.
Yeah, you gotta get out.
In most relationships.
You gotta get out.
Yeah, you gotta get out.
That is a sign that there's a problem. You might want to.
It might be over with if I catch some heroin going on.
So, all right. So you're in Austin, and the one thing we're talking about is you got a residency at the Comedy Studio, which Lamont is a regular comic studio, and so many comics have actually come out of
one of the best clubs in the country, man.
I mean, amazing.
Hands down.
The amount of people that I have just like watched walk into that room is just staggering. Like Mike Birbiglia, just random people like David Spade, like Maria Bamford, Colin Quinn, Jim Norton. Just the amount of people who are just famous people. Like I believe one night, like Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner.
I heard about that night.
They went and actually just caught a show there. No, they just caught a. They were just in the audience.
Ben Affleck was dressed as Batman. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
So you're doing this month right now.
The month of June, every Tuesday through Sunday at 8 p.m.
Okay.
I am the Bullet. I am the first comedian on the lineup at the Comedy Studio this month.
So if you're in Cambridge, that is the Comedy Studio in the Hong Kong.
Harvard Square.
Harvard Square.
Mass Ave.
Great tight club. And from there, what do you think?
Honestly, I don't know right now. It's been a crazy year. You know, I've had like some cool opportunities. Like me and Lamont, we worked together at Nick's earlier this year, which was an awesome couple of shows.
It was a great weekend.
Yeah, fantastic, just fantastic room, and and I'm doing the World Series of Comedy at Laugh Boston later this month. I'm competing in it.
Another great club.
Yeah. Oh yeah, awesome club. I'm gonna get my round. I'm gonna get creamed. I'm just gonna get my ass.
Nah, man, don't think like that.
Oh man, I don't even.
Go out there and kill it.
Oh, I mean, I'm gonna do my shit, but it's not gonna work.
Let's do it, man.
But I'm not gonna be going to Vegas or anything.
How do you know?
You never know.
You never know.
She's gonna have a sitcom next week.
Yeah, you just
get everybody.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I would really like to. My girlfriend, she has family. My current girlfriend, she has family in Jersey, and she's kind of sick of Boston.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of
like. She's not doing heroin.
Yeah. No, she's not doing heroin. Oh my God,
good.
dude, she's
still under investigation.
She's never even touched drugs. Like she's like one of those girls that just doesn't get it.
Wow.
You know, she's just like.
So you keep her.
She's like, when you smoke marijuana, do you hallucinate? I'm like, oh, come on.
Well.
Yeah.
I hate to say this, Justin, but she might have to go.
No, man. No, this girl.
You gotta get a happy medium.
If she's saying no to the Mary Jane, I can't.
No, this girl like took me 2 years ago and like found me and like rescued me from like a cardboard box.
Yeah, you're like an adopted
and
dog,
now I'm an
right?
adult with like a bank account and I do my taxes now.
See,
like
look
I can't trade her in.
Women.
But
so your comedy career, you're 6 years.
Yeah.
Right? I always like to ask this question, Young. How much time do you have?
How much time do I have? Well, for like, honestly, if I was doing a show at Nick's, I would probably try not to book myself for more than like 15 to 20. I've done like some road work. Like I got hooked into like this circuit that goes through kind of like New Jersey and Pennsylvania.
Okay, great. Yeah.
And I've done some road gigs where I've done like 20 to 30.
That'll make you strong.
That'll definitely make you strong.
And some of those.
But that's an honest, like.
But you learn. You learn from those gigs. You learn from those gigs. Those road gigs. Those hard road gigs.
Oh man.
You learn so much.
And I definitely like some of a couple of the early on gigs were really fun.
Yeah.
But I had a couple gigs where like I was just go straight into material, and then the material was doing fine, but I could just kind of feel them kind of losing. Like I could just feel them, like the laughs were maybe a little harder early on, but then I would just have moments where I just kind of would notice somebody in the audience doing something, and I would shit on that person, and then like all of a sudden pick back up, and they're on board again, and then it was like kind of like I could kind of see like the crowd work and like the road comic kind of like instincts kind of starting to come in. And I'd like to do like more of that. Cool. Definitely, I'd like to definitely at some point in like in the near soon, kind of move westward, like maybe New York.
So you're not going to get a real job, and you're going to be a comedian.
Well, I'm a shift manager at Starbucks.
All right, yeah, you can move around then.
It's like a set of skills I mean, it's lame.
No,
You know?
no, but that's all right. As long as you get used to rejection, right, Lamont, right?
What?
You get used to rejection as a comic, right?
Well, yeah. I
In a
mean, I
way.
thought you were talking about ladies.
No.
Comedy. I mean, anything in this business.
Yeah.
You have to be ready for it. It's
You
going to
gotta
happen.
get it
Rejection will come, but you recover from it. You bounce back and you come back stronger every time. You know.
Trust me.
We've all been there. We've all had shows where it's been like,
That's right, help.
well, the audience will look at you and go, ah.
Well, not anymore.
For me, one time I was doing a show and I was not doing well at all, and I said, hey, so I'm gonna bring up your headliner in a second, and the guys in the front row said to themselves, but I could hear them. They go, it's about time.
Oh,
Shit.
that'll hurt you.
That heckle was brutal, man.
That was definitely brutal.
But I didn't quit. So you just learn from that stuff and you keep moving forward.
Never quit. Well,
Definitely.
it was good having you, and I hope your career goes well.
Hey,
Hope
man.
to see you on
Thanks,
Lamont Price.
Hey,
Lamont
thank
Price.
you guys.
Hey, where can we see you, Lamont?
All right, so check it out. Follow me on Twitter
All right.
at LPizzle, LPIZZLE.
All right.
Also, follow my Snapchat. I need people on my Snapchat.
Get him on the Snapchat.
It is I am LPizzle. IAMLPIZZLE.
How about you, Ryan?
Put that graphic up.
I'm also on Snapchat at Justin P. Drew. At Justin P. Drew, all one word.
Yeah.
And that's where you can find me on most things. Just type Justin P. Drew, all one word, into the internet, and
So-
you will find me a lot.
If you want to see these gentlemen here, see them do comedy, you go on that. If you want to see me do comedy, I'm going to be at Nick's Comedy Stop next weekend, and you go to Pete Costello Facebook. I'm right there. We're going to cut to commercial right here. Come on back and see us at Dirty Water Late Night.
Yay!
And its sister publication, Dirty Water News. Add in Boston's all-new go-to sports destination, Dirty Water Sports, and you have the ultimate source for what's happening in New England. DirtyWaterMedia.com offers a dynamic team of writers and bloggers, keeping you informed up to the very minute. Log on to DirtyWaterMedia.com today.
Hi, folks, and welcome back to Dirty Water Late Night. I am here with my friend Jamie Ryan, who happens to just got back from L.A. He was out in the Comedy Store out there. He has actually been on Saturday Night Live several times in several parts in it for extra work, but actually very meaningful parts in it. And so he's here back in Boston. He just got back a couple days ago. And tell us about how your LA experience.
Oh, I loved it. After spending so much time here watching all the comics in Boston, I was inspired to go see the comics in LA. And I found myself at the world famous Comedy Store 5 nights a week and hanging out with some incredible people. And the cool part about it is some of the local legends like Patty Ross and Steve Sweeney and Lenny Clark's name were all over the wall.
I'll post all over.
Yeah, so it's kind of nice to see that, the local stuff out there.
I also want to mention Jamie is an actor, producer, photographer in Boston for years. And, so tell me about your Saturday Night Live experiences, because I remember one night I was watching Saturday Night Live and I just saw your big squash down there.
Well, yeah.
It was great.
Well, they were looking for somebody with a big squash one day, and they found me. But I've been on for the last 4 seasons doing some background work, but in the last 3 seasons I was doing some body double work, and one time I body doubled for Jonah Hill in a skit.
Oh,
okay. Basically, they're looking for somebody with this.
Yeah, so that was Jonah because when he's big, and then he got lost.
Yeah,
right?
my money maker.
That's
right,
a baby.
So my money maker.
Yeah.
And last year, last season, I body doubled for Bobby Moynihan a few times. Again, because of this.
Another, baby maker.
But we did a cool sketch because it was the year before Star Wars came out, and we did a sketch about the trailer now that they're all old.
Yeah.
So I played Princess Leia for Bobby, so they showed me in the beginning of it. But
I would like to see you as Princess Leia. No,
I was hot.
Yeah,
I was very, very sexy.
The whole, the buns. Yeah, nice.
Well, the cool part about being in LA is there was a Star Wars convention, and I saw that Carrie Fisher was there.
Oh.
So I took a screenshot of the scene and brought it down and had
I
an autograph.
think I saw that on Facebook. That was,
she told me to send the clip to her Twitter space.
So you get that?
Twitter space. And I also saw her one time in the street, and I said hi to her, and she ran.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she thought you were a stalker.
Oh, yeah, like many
a
women.
lightsaber or something like that.
They all run.
So how was the comedy store? How?
You know, it's like you can't explain it because Missy Shore runs this place. It's really for people to work on their craft, and I've seen people like from these young comedians who are in the potlucks. So like Louis C.K. and Chris Rock will drop in and work on their stuff.
Yeah, right.
And last year they did a Justin Bieber roast, so they rehearsed it there. So Chris D'Elia, Pete Davidson, and a couple of the other guys were up there just like running their stuff. And they actually do it on there. So basically it's a place like anybody will be doing their act, and then all of a sudden one of these big guys will come in, work on about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And then crush, and then you have to go up after.
Yeah, we need a place like that here. I think like you're trying to have a good comedy area.
I mean, the comedy scene here years ago was kind of almost like that. The Comedy Connection was like that, and but I mean, Laugh Boston's one of the clubs that has comedy. And I think they're trying to get to a point where somebody might pop in.
Oh yeah, it's a great scene. It's like, we got our legendary comedians that like the jokes are funny to everybody inside the 128 area.
Yeah,
the stuff that goes everywhere else. So
you're thinking you're going back to Saturday Night Live? Are you going to be doing stuff like that, or would they call you randomly?
They'll call you every once in a while. They called me a week and a half ago, but I was in Vegas at a friend's wedding. I couldn't work.
Okay.
So it didn't work. I was like, I'm already in Vegas, so I
you don't
stayed one more night. But I'll probably do it next season and work on some other stuff. And I'd like to get started, possibly trying the comedy stuff. I'm just like funny looking right now. I don't have any jokes.
Hey, listen, I can give you stage time. I always told you, I'll get you some stage time no matter what. All right? As long as you get me, Saturday Night Live.
All right, I can do that.
So where can we follow you, James?
I have a website at jamieryan.com, and I also have a film place, basically a website, doubleparksfilms.com, which we did a little film that time.
Yeah, we did an independent film. It's called The Fat Arts.
FATARS.
Yes.
But the government actually took all the stuff that they take from you from the airport, and we decided to bring it back. I was too happy about it.
That was the basis of it.
He's one of the stars of the movie.
Hey, folks, I'm with Jamie Ryan. Come on back and see us. We got the last segment of Dirty Water Late Night with Mark Marissa, and we're going to go trending now. Everything's happened this week. We're going to wrap it up. Come on back and see us at Dirty Water TV.
Right, good to see you.
Dirty Water.
And welcome back to Dirty Water Late Night. Pete Costello filling in for Dave Russo. And this is our segment here we call the Right Now Report with Mark Moroso. And these are topics over the week or something that's crazy that happened last night or, today. So what do we have this week right here?
Yeah, we had some crazy stuff going on this week. Specifically, now I am from the town of Belmont, so this is pretty wild.
Belmont, which is a very exclusive place.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there was a moose on the loose in Belmont this week.
Moose on the loose
Yeah,
in
I got
Belmont.
some video footage of this moose running through the streets of Belmont and Watertown.
Yes.
And I guess it was on Wednesday, and then on Thursday they continued the search, and they had like the animal authorities in the local neighborhood really search really thoroughly, and they also had a state trooper helicopter fly over and do like an infrared thermal search.
Now, was this a baby moose or was it?
Yeah, it was supposed to be an adolescent female moose.
Really?
But it was still like 8.5 feet tall.
Yeah.
It was serious.
Very fast. I saw one clip of it really quick on seeing something like that.
But I don't understand, how does a moose go missing?
Missing a moose.
How can you not find a moose?
I mean,
it's
you
9 feet tall.
Yeah, I mean, 9 feet tall with antlers and running down the street. I think we can find a moose, man. Well,
this one had no antlers.
If you're in Belmont in the area, if you see a moose, please report it to the police.
Let us know.
Yeah.
If you see the moose,
don't
approach the moose.
Yeah, don't approach.
Contact the local authorities.
Well, why not approach the moose and film it while you do it, because you'll make a lot of money because you might get run over.
Someone actually said to me, they said, hey, I was that day, they said a moose is loose in Belmont.
Yeah.
And I thought they were making a fat joke at me.
Yeah.
I was like,
well,
that's not right, man.
Yeah.
That's not nice.
Yeah.
I watched the news. It was all right. It wasn't a fat joke.
It was a skinny moose.
Yeah.
So what do you got next?
All right, so check this out. There's a club in Berlin, Germany. It's called Alchemy and Eros.
Germany.
Germany,
folks,
right? You know, yeah, they're crazy, those
yeah,
people.
they're crazy out in Germany. I've never been to Germany myself, but I hear it's beautiful. We know what's happened in the history of Germany. But
Oh, we do. We know all about that.
Yeah.
So they make great chocolate in Germany. Can't be denied.
They do.
It's
Is
delicious.
Godiva chocolate from there? Or
I
is that
have
a weird?
no idea.
We'll have to look that up at Dirty Water TV.
Yeah, we'll have someone
get our-
fact
we'll get our
check that. I have one of the
assistants back
cameramans
here.
go
They
fact
won't
check
do
that.
crap, but I mean, some of them, they don't do anything.
So they're gonna they snort. They're snorting raw
The
coca.
kids? Is it kids?
Yeah, of course it's kids.
The
We think
kids
adults are doing
are-
this. We think
Well, the kids are snorting.
raw, like raw coca powder that you can make chocolate with, but it's like the raw form of it.
Yeah.
And at this bar
Yeah.
during this rave night, you can get chocolate like infused coca in your drink. You can take a pill. They'll give you a pill.
Really?
Or some people just
Snort it
snort
right up.
Just snort the chocolate.
Snorting chocolate is the next phase, folks. I don't know if you're going to go through that.
And I have a quote here from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition.
This is real.
And they say coca can improve cognitive function and blood circulation, and the effects of snorting raw coca could make these effects more pronounced or even give the sensation of being high.
So is it good for you, or is it do you shoot it right? Eventually you're going to shoot it right in the vein?
Yeah. Eventually you put it on a spoon, and you melt it, and then you put it right in your mouth.
See? I mean, for a fat guy, I kind of like that. I'm not a big chocolate guy either, but
No.
I try it.
I just would want to eat this
So
chocolate.
the next time you go to Berlin, you might want to snort some.
check it out.
Chocolate.
I got a Snickers bar up there, because try that.
Yeah.
Maybe try shoving that up your
Well,
nose.
it's tough with a peanut.
Yeah.
That will never work. That will never work.
Yeah,
All
maybe chop it up or something.
So what do we got next on that?
All right, next on the docket here. You're a Red Bull guy. You like the Red Bull vodkas?
The Red Bull vodkas I like. It kind of rides you like this if you're having a couple cocktails. So, I mean, it's like, oh, I'm drunk, I'm not. I'm drunk, I'm not. So you
Well,
gotta
check
be
this
careful
out.
with it.
Speaking about riding the wave here,
Yes.
they're doing the first annual Boston Flug Tag. It's called the Flug Tag.
Yes.
This is when they make the homemade aircrafts.
You make your own. Yeah, your own.
And they push them off the thing.
Yes.
And so Boston,
It
we're
could
doing
be a
that.
bike and a thing. Yeah. And now where is this? Where's this going on? Done it.
Well, they didn't specify because
Yeah.
they just all the applicants. They sorted out all the applicants, and they
Okay.
have there's 200 applicants, and they're down to 30 teams now.
All right.
And it's going to be over the Charles River.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's
And-
over the Charles River.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
going to be
right.
into the Charles.
So they're going to build something, and then you're
Oh,
going to
yeah.
push it right over the Charles
Yeah,
River.
and there'll be like a whole crowd. You can go down there. You get messed up. Hey, maybe you do some chocolate before you leave the house.
Yeah, yeah.
Get a good buzz going.
But I mean, that's something you should have in Boston because it's a city that needs a. I mean, they just didn't want the racing there.
Yeah, the
over
F1.
in Seaport. I mean, they had the diving over at Seaport a couple of years ago. I don't know if you saw that.
The diving. What's the
Oh,
diving?
they dove right off the building. So like the cliff divers.
Oh, my
They
God.
dove right. It was unbelievable. It was
I never
great.
saw. When
Oh,
was that?
It was about 2-3 years ago, I
Wow.
think. Right over the Seaport is unbelievable now. So I mean, they had it right off there. It was unbelievable. Professional divers going. That's what you need more of in the summertime. Stuff like this for Boston.
Yeah, I agree with you. More activities.
Yeah, I mean,
I was sad when we lost the race cars.
I think so too, because that was just an international thing that would have brought. It would have been for a couple of days, but hey, we can't do anything about that because we don't have
They'll
the
figure
money.
it out.
Yeah,
They'll
we'll
figure out one of these days.
What do we got next?
All right, so Matt Damon.
Matt
we all
Damon.
know him. You know him. I know him.
We all love him.
I don't know him.
Yeah.
I know of him.
Well, like this.
Yeah. He dropped out of Harvard.
Dropped out of Harvard. We all know that, right?
But it was a good choice. He's very successful.
yeah.
So he gave the commencement speech at MIT.
Isn't that against the law?
Why is that bad? Oh, because he was at Harvard before?
Oh, yeah, Harvard. Do they like MIT or I don't know? I mean,
Well, he never graduated,
Is
so
that
it's
like
not
a
problem.
rumble? Is that a rumble with Harvard guys at MIT? That would be hell, right?
He's all right. Yeah, it worked out.
But how'd that go?
Well, it was good. He was really tough. He was tough on the banks. He was tough on the political world.
Yep.
He was not shy on expressing his opinions.
I love it. I love it.
So he came down on the one percenters.
He seems like a good guy, man. He really does. He really does.
Yeah, he seems all right.
And is that what's trending now?
What are you gonna do? That's the trending.
Hey, folks, that's
how you
trending
trend.
now. Here at Dirty Water Late Night. My name is Pete Costello. I've been filling in for Dave Russo. He's out on the road doing proms. You saw him on Wilbur. I want to thank everybody for Dirty Water TV, except for the guys behind the scene. They're terrible. No, I'm only kidding. I want to thank Jerry. I don't know these young kids, but have a good night.